Louis Armstrong said, if you have to ask.
You'll never know.
Yeah. And this particular night, it's like the stars were all aligned, and musically, everything was just so perfect. The band just transcended. Like everybody lifted off the ground. It was unusual. And that's the thing that keeps you playing, trying to get to that. You can't try and make it happen. It just happens. So like I said, that's the thing that keeps you playing. You're trying to find that again.
안녕하세요. 재즈기자 류희성입니다. 제가 거장 피아니스트 케니 베런을 만났습니다. 1960년대부터 활동을 해오며 수많은 명연과 걸작을 선보였던 케니 베런도 어느덧 80대에 접어든 노년의 피아니스트가 되었네요. 이런 그도 자신보다 훨씬 나이가 많은 선배들과 함께하던 신인 시절이 있었습니다. 완전한 신인이었던 60년대의 그는 거장 트럼펫 연주자 디지 길레스피의 밴드 멤버였고 1980년대엔 위대한 색소폰 연주자인 스탄 게츠의 마지막 순간을 함께하며 듀엣 앨범 피플타임 같은 명반을 탄생시킨 피아니스트이기도 했죠. 그는 여전히 현역 피아니스트로 우아한 연주를 선보이고 있습니다. 내년에 열릴 제66회 그래미에도 현재 후보로 이름을 올렸죠. 짧은 인터뷰 시간이었지만 함께했던 음악가들에 관한 이야기 그리고 음악에 관한 그의 생각들을 들어봤습니다.
Hey everybody, this is Kenny Barron, and hoping you get a chance to come out to hear some music tonight. Thank you. It was kind of a stroke of luck, actually. I had moved to New York, and I lived around the corner in the Lower East Side from the 5 Spot. And I went over to the 5 Spot one night, and James Moody was playing. So he asked me to sit in. He knew my brother, Bill. So I sat in. He hired me. James Moody hired me. Shortly after that, Moody got a call from Dizzy, because Dizzy was putting together a small group, quintet. And at the time, the pianist was Lalo Schifrin from Argentina. So fast forward, I got married in the meantime. And I was walking down Broadway, and I ran into Moody, and he said, look, Lalo Schifrin is leaving. Would you be interested in the gig? So I said, yes, of course I'd be interested, you know. I mean, I just got married, I wasn't working. So yes, I would be interested. So I went up to Birdland, talked to Dizzy, and he hired me. Never heard me play a note. He just hired me on Moody's recommendation. And it was great. I stayed there for 4 years. One of the best experiences of my life.
Is it true?
Well, this was before I started working. You know, he was, I mean, everybody knows that he was a drug addict. And then after that, drug addicts usually, when they stop, they usually start drinking a lot. So he became an alcoholic. To his credit, he stopped all of that. You know, so by the time I started working with him, he'd pretty much given up everything. Although when I first worked with him, I got a call, the very first time I worked with him, I got a call to take Chick Corea's place. This was called Captain Marvel. Yeah, so it was a band with Stanley Clarke and Tony Williams. But I did notice him, I think he was still doing that at that time. But like I said, he gave up. I remember we would be on the road and traveling, and he would always go to an AA meeting, Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, in whatever city we were in. He would always do that, you know. So he, to his credit, he stopped. So for me, his personality was fine. You know, I never saw that bad part of him. Well, I'm grateful for it. You know, I haven't been playing 80 years. I've been playing more like
70.
70, 60 years, you know. But I would describe it as it was great. It's been great. You know, I've had to, been able to travel a lot, you know, I mean a lot. Traveling is some of the best education you can get. You know, you learn a lot just traveling and observing how people live and the things they do, and no, I wouldn't trade that for anything. I look at music as kind of being, I wouldn't say a microcosm of life, but music teaches you about people, how to get along with people, how to deal with people, how not to deal with people. You know, music teaches you a lot of things. Most musicians that I know are also very socially aware of what's happening in the world, you know, politically and you watch older musicians. Well, I'm one of them now, but but I remember watching Dizzy, and I would observe him and how he treated people with respect. And I think most musicians will do that. They treat people with respect. I mean, you find some who are jerks, but not too many. Not too many. Most of them are cool. I mean, they really treat people with a lot of respect, and that's because of the music. The music teaches you to do that. Well, I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it. You know, I go out to listen to them. You know, a lot of them were my students, like Gerald Clayton.
Yes.
You know, so I go out to hear him whenever I can, whenever he's in New York. So I'm listening, and I'm still trying to learn. I may not be able to get to what because I'm a different generation. That's all, you know. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. You know. I have an open mind. That's the only thing. You know, I'm open to it. You know. The use of different instruments, different sounds, electronic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, all of that. You know, I think it's all valid. Well, I don't think they need any advice from me, but I mean, for those who are very, very young, you know, I think practice, which goes without saying, but also listen to music. Listen to everything. You know, all kinds of music.
Not just jazz.
Not just jazz, all kinds of music. I don't know. I just know I love it. You know, it's music I would call part of the Black continuum, but it's also a mode of self-expression. You know, one point it was the only way Black people could express themselves. You know, is through music. I mean, and, you know, it's hard to define the music. You know, in academic terms, for me. You know, I know what it is. And Louis Armstrong said, "If you have to ask,
You'll never know.
yeah." But you know it when you know what it is when you hear it. You know, it's improvised music based on African rhythms. Come as some gospel music and spirituals and all of that, call and response. All of that's a part of it. You know, and European music as well. You know, European harmonies. So all of that's a part of it. That makes up jazz. Well, there've been a lot, but I think one memorable moment is playing at Slugs. You know, in the 70s. I was playing with Freddie Hubbard. And this particular night, it's like the stars were all aligned. And musically, everything was just so perfect. I mean, it was like the band just transcended. You know, it was like everybody lifted off the ground. It was unusual, you know, and the audience felt it. You know, Freddie's wife was in the audience. And then the musicians' wives hear the music all the time. And when they start screaming and hollering, you know it's okay. You know, it was really a special night, you know. And that's the thing that keeps you playing, trying to get to that. Trying to find that. You can't work on it. You can't try and make it happen. It just happens. You know, and when it happens, it's unbelievable. You know. But this was really special. It will only happen a few times in your life. Yeah, when you get that particular feeling. So like I said, that's the thing that keeps you playing. You're trying to find that again, you know.